What's up, guys? So today we're going to finish installing the CB. You can remember from our last episode, we put in this unit in CB radio. Haven't wired it up for power yet. Kind of temporarily did it to show you guys that it did work. So today we're going to tap into the fuse box down here for constant power. You know, whether the Jeep's on or off, I just want that CB to be on and not have to worry about it. And then take this panel back off, RTV this grommet here so we don't get any water inside the tailgate. Pull out some more slack and give the radio a test. And I'm hoping that we don't have to do any kind of tuning, because I have no idea how to do that on this setup. The antenna is non-tunable. I haven't really looked into the CB at all, so yeah. So I think the very first thing is we're gonna get the CB working again. I got the inspector here today. She's apparently lost her ball already. We'll get it powered up, take it outside and away from any buildings or any kind of steel or anything, and then see what our SWR reading is. So here we are in the passenger side footwell, and every Cherokee has a fuse box under here, and I've been doing a little poking around. You can see my ground here. So basically what we're looking for is constant 12 volts, and the very first terminal I touched actually read 12 volts. You could test this with a lot of things, but right now all I have is this multimeter. So if we poke this second terminal, or this second space for a fuse, and on the firewall side, if we poke that terminal, we get 12.13 volts. This is with the key off. This is key and accessory, key and on, and starting. That's a constant 12 volts, so all we got to do is find some kind of spade we can push in there. I'm gonna probably have to go to the hardware store and get something, because we're basically looking for a spade that's about this size. And then we'll just, there's a bolt down here that mounts this fuse box. Apparently is a great ground, because that's where I got the meter too. So we'll just run the wires to that. One thing I do want to do today is I ran the coax, so we get out of there. Yes, I know. I ran the coax along this A-pillar, or this side of the trim, and for convenience, can I please do this? No. So for convenience, I want to run the power kind of in the same direction, but I don't want the power and the line to the coax for the antenna being in the same area. You know, I don't know if it's gonna matter or not, but I just don't want any kind of interference with the power to the radio with the antenna itself. I think what we're gonna do is pull this coax out and move it to the other side, and then we'll run the power down, or I guess over the front of the headliner and down this A-pillar down into the fuse box. Alright guys, we're kind of out in an open field, as you can see behind me. We're going to test the SWR meter. So I got everything hooked back up. I got the antenna plumbed in. You saw me fix this. I got this all tight. Got the antenna on there. The next thing is to hook this dude up. So all you do is you have the coax goes here for the antenna, and the trans that goes to the radio. It'll kind of hang like that. So we'll get that hooked up. I got the SWR meter hooked up. You got your coax from the antenna going in to the antenna port, and then you got your transmit going to the radio. I just got this hooked up. This is a 9-foot coax. I'm hoping that this works because I couldn't find anything shorter. But basically what you do is you hit the mic on the radio and hold the button, and then you adjust this knob to where it hits this set. Then with that button still held on the mic, you flip this switch down to this ref position, and you should see this needle drop. Good SWR would be like 1.1 to 2. Anything over that is kind of considered to be loss of quality. Plus, if you're into this red range here, that could actually damage your radio. So the scale we're looking at is this center one, right above the SWR right there. So if we switch this to forward and we're on SWR, I'll set this to channel 1, hit the mic, and then you dial this up to where it hits set, and then you flip the switch, and that's the SWR rating. So right now it's saying 3.5, I would say, so that's not good. We'll switch it to channel 40. You want to test the the full spectrum of your channels with this, but 0 to 40 will give you kind of what you need to know. So we're back on forward. We'll hit the mic, dial this to set, then switch this to reflect, and looks like we're sitting at about 3, which is also not good. That being said, there is something wrong with my setup. I did a little bit of research before doing this, and there's a couple steps. I'll link to that website down below. It's called Right Channel Radios. They got a couple blogs or a couple articles going through kind of steps that you can kind of diagnose what's wrong. I'm not sure exactly what it is. These coax that I got, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're coming apart right at that molding, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I did try this in my garage, and I was getting about 1.5 to 2, which would have been fine with me. But now that I'm out here in this field, it's far worse. I could replace this cable, just take this 9-footer and connect it from the antenna in the back to here, and then find another shorter coax and see, if it's this coax causing the problem. It's getting late in the day. It's Sunday now, so I doubt I can trace down a coax cable tonight. I might just do a separate video on fixing your SWR for your CB. I haven't really found any good information on it. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next week.